Your teeth kind of have plaque on them. He looks a little gay.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I am back again with another video. Now listen, I've seen all kinds of snippets of this Pop the Balloon episode, and you know how I do, okay? Before we can just play the snippet, we're gonna have to play the whole clip of this person, see how things escalated, how did we get here, like what happened. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and press play, and then of course I'm gonna pause and play and then give you guys my feelings, my thoughts, my opinions on this entire situation. Okay. You already off rip, sorry guys, but already off rip, you know her age is showing, because it's so funny. There's women that have this mindset like, oh, you know, I want a guy that's gonna take care of me and my homegirls, but it's all fun and games until he want to sleep with her too. Like, you want him to play the role of being your man and your homegirl's man, but then when he wants to reap the benefits of that, all of a sudden he's gonna be trash, he's gonna be garbage, he's gonna be a problem. But that's a conversation for a whole different day. Leading, I'm a little confused about. I would have needed him to elaborate on that. Like, what do you mean I'm supposed to be leading? Because in what areas? Now, do I personally, in my personal opinion, do I personally believe that a woman who is, a little bit unable to, is indecisive, can be detrimental to a relationship? I do believe so, because I think that being indecisive is also in the same realms of being impulsive. So it's kind of like that's shaky waters for a man. If a woman doesn't know what she wants and doesn't know this and that, you know, that can lead over into her possibly cheating on you, her possibly doing things, going with the flow because of what her homegirls are saying. Like, so that is kind of like tricky, unstable waters, and that's just my own opinion. But, you know, he's saying, you know, to her that the indecisiveness and her inability to lead in whatever direction she's supposed to lead, you know, that's why he popped his balloon. That's very humiliating. And I'm gonna be honest, I think that's very disrespectful to say that. And this is the thing, right? A lot of people don't understand that disrespect is not just if you're being loud and rah-rah. Like, you have to take yourself out of just your own shoes and put it in the other person's shoes. You're on a public platform that you know millions of viewers are gonna watch, and you are basically calling out this man's dental hygiene. That's disrespectful. That's very disrespectful and distasteful. Like, she could have just said, you know, oh, I'm just not that interested. Like, they be ready to lie when the man pops a balloon on them. But then as soon as, you know, this whole situation comes where you want to be 100% like going for the jugular, like that's outrageous. Now, what if he would have said like you have halitosis? Like, come on, like that's just, I don't like that. He seems like a really nice guy. Is that guy an R&B singer or something like that? That's the kind of vibe he gives off, like R&B singer vibe. But he seems like a nice guy, right? And he's just saying same thing, indecisive. I don't want that. I don't want to have to teach you things. Or he said, I don't want to have to rebuild. And I completely understand exactly what he's saying. Like, the work that he's gonna have to put in to try to get her through just the indecisiveness is gonna, there's so many other things that he has to learn, and they have to grow through in relationships. He doesn't want to put that actual that type of work in. And what I always find interesting is that these women who have no problem disrespecting men or humiliating or embarrassing men, the men that they always want, they always end up not getting their first choice. Like, it just always happens. The person that they really are betting their money on is always a person that ends up not wanting them, based off of the way that they're portraying themselves and the things that they're saying. Arlette messy. You see, that's why I said these hosts be messy, because and just to be clear, I said hosts, HOSTS, okay? Just in case I said it too fast. But, you know, it's messy because he has a nose ring. We could have moved on. Is it the nose ring or anything else? Like, waiting for this woman to say something that's going to humiliate this man. And I love the way that this man dealt with the situation. You know, the cameraman messy too. She said she don't like the outfit. Cameraman panned down to the whole outfit, right? But I love the fact that he was like, okay, cool. Spontaneity and indecisiveness as a young lady is shaky waters for a man. Scary. Because I don't know what I'm betting on. I don't know what I'm relying on. Like, I don't know if the wind blows tomorrow, your spontaneity is gonna kick, and the next thing you're gonna know, you're gonna say you want to be with somebody else. Again, it leads to insecurity in a relationship for a man. It's not secure. Yeah, and he said to her, he's like, you're only 22, you have room to grow. And the thing is that she actually, in my opinion, looks older than 22. But and this is not to say, but it's not really about the age of her only being 22, because sometimes you can have a mature 22 or an immature 22. And in my opinion, she's an immature 22. She has a lot more to grow and learn. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's the stage that she's at maturity wise, and she'll get there. I think that, well, I'll wait till after. Y'all heard what she said? Look at the host's face, right? Look at Arlette. She's like, whoa. Like, you came over here and you said that is the ultimate. It's one thing to talk about somebody in a certain way and like, oh, I don't like his hair, I don't like his this, I don't like his, but you are literally coming for somebody's sexuality based off of a 2-second interaction with them. That's disrespectful. That's very disrespectful. And listen, in the realm of fashion and creativity or whatever the case is, I kind of just from my own visual, right? I see what kind of personality this person is, right? They're very artsy, very quirky. Like, you could see him in maybe like a girl who has the same kind of edge, artsy quirk, going to like a museum for a date. Like, that's the kind of like sector he's in, right? And regardless of the situation, what makes it so confusing to me is that these girls be mad like, oh, yeah, you're not my type. And she said to him, oh, because you look a little gay. But make it make sense, because y'all be the same ones, okay? If we're being honest, there's a lot of women who have their quote unquote friend that is into men that they be sleeping with. So I'm confused. I'm confused, okay? Is it a problem or it's not a problem? Because a lot of women are standing in the gap saying that it's not a problem and whatever the case is, but at the same time you use it as a derogatory term, or you try to, oh, well, he look gay. Like, that's disrespectful. This is the clip I saw, and as well as some of the other clips that I was like, okay, what happened? This man didn't say anything derogatory to her. He didn't disrespect her. He just let her know, you want to live in the country. I don't want to live in the country. And so I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to pop my own balloon. Why would you say that? And again, this is showing signs of immaturity. Very immature. Now you don't want to come off rude? You just said somebody looked gay. Like, now you don't want to come off rude? I'm so confused. You talked about somebody's plaque on their teeth. You call somebody gay. I'm confused at why all of a sudden now you are looking for the decorum. I'm confused.
So that,
This is how I know it's immaturity, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because she's 22, right? And so in 24, she's expected to be either on her way to marriage or married, planning to have children and all the above. But in the beginning of the conversation, she just said that she wants to pursue a career in acting. How are you going to do both? How? Like, which one? So is it that the acting is like a side gig thing, or is it that, and you want to just really pursue like getting your family structure together? Or is it that you're just kind of like unaware of the reality of how time moves and how things go because of, again, the immaturity? Because sometimes when you're young, you really think like, oh, at this time I'm going to do this, and at this time I'm going to do this. And when you get to like 25, 26, you're like, I don't even know where the time went. Like, what happened? So, I don't know. It seems like maybe it's just unrealistic, possibly expectations. And also, I think this is, again, her indecisiveness just showing itself. I think that what it would take for this girl to mature properly is that she would have to have somebody who actually is older than her, right? She would need somebody who's older than her that's going to help mold her and guide her, shape her, show her things, show her life, like show her the reality of things. And a lot of women hate when other women say that, like, oh, no man can't teach a woman how to be a woman. No man can't mold. And that's not true. Like, this is why men are in the leadership positions that they're in, because they're able to, position, mold, structure the things around them, including their partner. So I think that, I'm not going to say that she's a bad girl, right? I don't necessarily think that she's a bad girl. I think that she needs to learn how to be like a PR for herself, right? Learning how to publicly speak to people, learning what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, learning what's disrespectful, what's not disrespectful, learning when to hold back or when to say things in a certain articulation so that it's not disrespectful or disrespecting somebody else. I think that she just has a lot of growing to do. And again, if she gets the right person who is able to mold her and shape her in certain ways, I think that she would be, I don't know if she would have problems in the long run, again, because of her age that she's at and the age and stage that she's in. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this entire situation. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.